Welcome to Dirt Diaries, the podcast where the women of agriculture get real. From muddy boots to boardrooms, we're digging into the unfiltered stories of the FarmHERs, ranchers, and every her shaping the future of ag. This isn't just shop talk, it's real talk. We're covering career paths, big wins, hard lessons, and everything in between. So whether you live it every day or you're just ag curious, pop in your earbuds and get ready. These are the raw, inspiring, and wildly relatable conversations you won't hear anywhere else. Let's dig in. Hey everyone, welcome back to Dirt Diaries. Today's episode is going to be a little different and a whole lot of fun. You see, this time the tables have turned. I'm sitting down with two of the guys who are normally behind the camera making FarmHer and RanchHER come to life, Jonny and Zach. Together, we've spent thousands of miles on the road, crossed just about every state line, and lived through just about every farm mishap you can imagine. From muddy roads and broken gear to 16-hour days, cicada attacks, Jonny and Zach are the heartbeat of our crew. They're the ones capturing the beauty, grit, and realness of every FarmHer and RanchHER we meet. In this episode, we talk about the chaos, the laughs, the occasional disasters, and the deep respect we all share for the women whose stories we're telling. So buckle up, because today, we're pulling back the curtain on what it's really like behind the scenes of FarmHer and RanchHER. Let's do it. Let's get dirty with Jonny and Zach. Well, welcome to this episode of Dirt Diaries. Joining me are two people that I have to travel with. We are friends.
Totally.
Thank you for validating that. You're like, just in case that wasn't clear.
It's Jonny and Zach, and this is Team FarmHer and RanchHER and making magic.
Always.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah, this is like the camera side of it. We have another photog, but Zach and I are on every single shoot with you, whether it's producing and shooting or shooting and shooting. So ins and outs, on set and off, we're with Kirby.
Yeah, we hit the road together as a team. And obviously we have other team members, like you said, but we'll speak to them at another time. So anyways, let's dive right into it so people know. Tell us a little bit about each of you.
Yeah, so I started here almost 3 years ago. I think fun fact about me, this is always the thing that I think people are astounded by. I have 6 children and 4 boys, 2 girls. So I think that's a fun fact. And yeah, it's fun. And I think Caroline has kind of become something in our group, which is my youngest. She's super cute. And yeah, so I've been in the media world pretty much my entire life though. So, but it's been such a blast to be able to travel, and not only just travel and make TV shows, but like travel with people that you actually enjoy doing it with. So I think that makes it super fun and exciting.
You know, to piggyback off that, what's interesting about Zach on the kids portion of that is that Kirby, myself, and Katie don't have kids. And so when it's just us on set, he's kind of the dad figure. And whether or not like his fatherly instincts are correct, he's kind of clumsy. I think Kirby could attest to it. He's very clumsy. But when there needs to be a screw tightened, his dad's strength comes in, or when he has some guidance, he's definitely the person to give that. He has great kids, and yeah, Caroline definitely is like a mascot.
For sure. Jonny and I have arm wrestled on set now.
Yeah, he's won actually every single time. We should do it right now, actually, if you want to.
That's right.
And this is what I deal with all the time.
So I've been here probably about almost 7 or 8 years, somewhere in there. I'm losing count, but I came into this company. I started this company for the sole purpose at the time to be on FarmHer. I'm not sure if I told you that, but when I came to RFD,
he meant to be the host.
I did not make the mark. No, I was told about this new show, and I was from day one kind of in it, from editing. And at the time, I had a smaller role, but in the last, again, 7 or 8 years, I really enjoyed all the travel we've done. Zach, Kirby, myself, Katie, John, you name it. We've been to almost every single state.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's been great.
Great. Well, so there's a little bit about them. And again, we're going to get into some stories. Off of that, I want to say every ranch farm we go to, they all say, oh my gosh, Zach looks way too young to have 6 kids.
Yeah,
and
I'll take it.
Jonny participates in face masking with me. Zach also participated in face masking with me.
On the road.
But it is wild. We're like, he sleeps like a baby. Like his wife obviously is a saint. He is a great dad. We do know that. But I mean, his skincare routine, we'll have to drop those tips later because you do look very young to have 6 children and stress-free.
Yeah, well, I think it's also too, like, I started having kids like super young.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had my first when I was 21. So I say this all the time. I'll be like 48 when all my kids are like out of the house. So like all my friends, all my kids, like friends, their parents are like 60s, 70s. So it's always...
That's a different side of Zach. Once all his kids are out of the house, we'll see him like cut loose. Now he's like reserved, but then it's going to be a totally Zach 2.0.
Zach 2.0. Oh yeah, and we joke that Jonny is his 7th kid. Seriously.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we don't know which age range. I have the emotional maturity, probably the youngest, but.
And this is the fun thing too. Again, I think just because the 3 of us are mostly together for every shoot, and even some outside shoots outside of like, we were just in Europe together for another thing.
Or a trade convention, a rodeo, we're all over.
We're all over. And so we just spend a lot of time. And you said something funny, I think, on one of the trips, and you said, I've traveled, and it was talking about Katie, but like, we're even getting up there. You're like, I've traveled more with Katie than anybody in my family or friends or anybody. Yeah.
Because I traveled a lot with my family growing up. And so Katie, I think into like the 2nd or 3rd year surpassed that. I've been to more states with Katie, been to more flights with Katie, more rental cars, more shoots in general than any other person. I'd probably say I've been to more states with Katie or you than any of my family in any combination you can think of, which is crazy to me because
for sure,
I travel a lot. That's saying something. And so in that, we have a lot of fun stories and
so
personal. Really, the thing is, I find you can really work with somebody in an office or on set, but when you're traveling in a car on a flight or anything, staying at an Airbnb,
you learn a lot.
All about that. We'll talk about that in the future. But what's so interesting is that there's a lot of those moments that are on set in controlled environments, but when things go wrong, that's where you really get to find out what a person's like, what's Zach like under stress, what's Kirby like when there's a car accident. Those are very interesting moments where you really get to hone in on who your teammates are.
Oh yeah. And off of that, I always like commend, and I've told people this story. Obviously now our listeners and viewers get to hear it. I was just in a mood one day, and we pulled up to a farm, and they're already laughing. And rarely do I get in moods because I am not moody. But
it was hot. The cicadas.
There was just a lot going on. And this is how I know new. But Zach, obviously, he's a great family man and a great dad and a great husband. And by the way, he's married to someone who's very intelligent and has helped give him the tools to be able to handle, especially a female who's in a mood. So I say all that. We got out, and Zach just like saw my body language and like my shoulders, like, and he just saw my face, and he walked over, and he was like, we didn't even like say anything, and he just goes, "It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna do a great job today, and we're gonna get done with this, and then we can go have a drink." And he like did this whole thing, and I just looked at him. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be good today.
And you snapped on.
She turned it on after that. Totally.
And by the way, it was like 95 degrees with humidity in greenhouses.
But like, it's like, and we immediately got out of the car, and Zach just saw me and my body language. Like nothing had to be spoken. He just knew, like, I'm changing this around right now.
I did not notice that. That's definitely a fatherly instinct thing. Well,
I think it's also like a testament to like what you said earlier. Like in a working like relationship with people, especially in an office, like you get to know people, but you get to know people in a different way when you travel with them. You're in a sense like living with those people for 10, 12, 15 days on the road, and you really get to know who they are. And I think that's like kind of special because it is ultimately like it's more than just a co-working relationship. There is a friendship that's developed, and you get to know each other.
Well, I'm sure viewers at FarmHERs, anybody who's traveled with family can say, well, I like traveling with my Uncle Bob, but my Aunt Susie, I can't stand working with her. We don't get to choose our family, but we also don't really get to choose our colleagues necessarily. And so just by matter of the way things have aligned to work and travel with people that I enjoy working with and traveling with
absolutely.
Is a blessing.
Oh
it's
my gosh.
Fun, and it's funny.
Yeah.
It's not like difficult,
Okay, so before we start telling stories, I want to do some of these questions because I think it'll obviously make us all comfortable.
Points? Is this like a point system?
Everything's a competition.
It's just between him and me,
Oh yeah, they leave me out of it, which I was really strong one night.
Yeah.
If there was an opportunity for me to not be the host and you could be the host. So the overpacker.
Oh, definitely me.
Yeah, he overpacks.
Definitely me.
But do we establish who's more organized though between you and me?
Oh yeah.
I think I'm more organized.
Yeah, I think I would say that.
But I don't think it's like Katie in the way of like organization. I just know where my things are, even though they might be a little bit messed up. But I think if we were to pack our cases together, I think mine would be a little organized.
I would agree.
Overpacker, Is Zach,
I definitely overpack.
And I think the reason isn't because you're like, oh, it's hot and it's cold. Zach loves fashion.
Yeah.
Zach has, right now, if you want to show the audience, he has his pants a little cuff length up. Zach's first shoot on a dairy. I said, hey, it's going to be really dirty. We're going to be around a lot of feces, a lot of cows. Great. And he came in high top white Converse. He got out of the car and he looked at all this fecal matter. He goes, oh. And so behind the troughs, I was obviously filming. Those are not in your instinct to be.
No, I mean, you're talking to a kid who came from, I have grown to like genuinely appreciate this kind of lifestyle, but I was not introduced to it in any kind of way. So I think it was more just like, oh yeah, we're packing for a trip. And then, that's it.
So fashion's why if we brought him, if he was on the Europe trip, he would have brought 13 suitcases.
Oh, for sure.
Cute.
100%.
No, we'd never made it. So there's the camera gear and Zach's luggage. So I think overpacker.
Yeah.
Out of the group, obviously the group answer as for the group as a whole. I like how you guys did that. And then between the two of you, most likely to be running late.
I would have used to say me.
Yeah, but not anymore. That's changed.
Yeah.
None of us
run late.
It's maybe 49-51. I don't think it's like I'm late and he's always on time, or I'm late. I don't think it's that way. I think we both have things that keep us. He has 6 kids. That's a really great example. And I have ADHD. I might be late because I was petting the dog for too long, and
I think that could be split.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could. We'll take a wash, but I think he and I are more commonly late than you or anybody else on the team, though.
Yeah, but even saying that question, none of us are late because we have.
There really
isn't an option to be late because our producer Katie would not be cool with that. So we've learned to not be late.
That's scary. Time is a scary place. Very scary. Okay, most likely to forget things.
I think that's a split. You know what? If we're talking about names, I can't forget. I forget my name sometimes. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah. Like to forget gear, I don't think that really happens.
You forgot the lens on that shoe.
Oh, that's true.
You forgot charging some gear.
Maybe me.
I maybe him a slight slide.
Okay, go-to driver.
And
as a group as a whole, though, if it's Katie and I in a car, I drive.
Yes. Oh, yes. But as far as the whole collective,
yeah.
And if it's Zach and me, technically I'll let you drive.
I don't let Zach drive.
Nobody lets Zach drive besides Zach and me.
I drive fast and aggressive.
He's not a bad driver. He's just a very...
Johnny drives like a grandma.
I would say I'm safe and collective and comfortable.
Zach would be an amazing driver in New York City or downtown LA.
But we're in Iowa in the middle of the plains.
We're not passing people for days. We could watch our dog run away.
And he's efficient.
I could reverse that question and say, who's the easiest one to follow?
Ooh,
and it would not be
Kirby. Because what happens is, like, if
Kirby's like, follow me to the place. All right, bye.
There'll be a right turn, and there'll be like a bunch of cars that are going to be right behind her. She turns right, and now she's a bunch of cars behind her. And we're like, we have to wait. Yeah. And so we'll be in the walkie-talkies, and we'll say, can you please pull over? We're not going to catch you. California was a doozy.
Yeah,
that was. But I think I'm the elected driver, but it's not because I'm better. It's because I'm just. People will throw up less because I'm just much more slow.
He drives more methodical.
Yeah, I coast and I don't do gas.
Very nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. The biggest diva.
Ooh,
Carby Warby.
Me?
I definitely think that there are moments in the day where, of course, and I'm not blaming you by being a diva. If Zach was a diva, I think it'd be difficult. I think I'm more of a diva than Zach, but I don't think diva is the word. I'd say just I'm more.
I feel like Johnny and I are pretty easygoing.
Yeah, wait. I actually think John Westenberg's a bigger diva than me.
Yeah,
John's the diva.
Yeah, John's the diva.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, if I'm what are instances that make you think of me being a diva?
Well, I was gonna say, like,
air my dirty laundry.
There's moments on set where and it's not just for you personally, but there are moments where we want to keep the host with the least amount of sweat, the warmest, and all those things. We're not gonna instinctively want to put you in situations that are going to be more physically demanding and strenuous than us because we need you to be in peak physical performance, or else if you're like labored on set and you're like, I can't do this, that's not going to look on TV. So that's separately just because you're the host. That is just the role that you embody. But I also think there are moments in which, look, I can use Europe for example. Yeah. You sat in the back on that with your head on the pillow, and there's I or
Sophie's sweater, by the way.
And you were just like, this is lovely, and that's not a bad thing.
Time out. I would have loved to sit in the front. I wasn't allowed to because Katie gets more. on a level of getting more. Yeah, that's not a good example because I would have loved to sit in the front. By the way, I should have got to sit in the front, but I couldn't because I stick shift and Katie.
And it's not
took the front
and
every
it's
time.
not just the fact that it's stick shift. When you're
and
in
that's
Europe,
making me not a diva because I could have demanded, I could have thrown demands, therefore I did not.
Diva option number 2, defending herself when I say she's a diva. Zach, do you have any examples of her? Okay, moving on.
Jonathan Heisenberg.
I think John's the diva.
She's like, all right, we're done. Next.
We're done with the diva.
Next.
I don't want to be questioned. All right, next.
Grumpiest when it's an early morning.
Whoa.
It depends in the morning. There are mornings where I do not want to be talked to. Like I need my coffee.
Yeah, there's definitely mornings. I would say maybe me.
Really?
More on the side of I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
And Jonny has the tendency to get in a car and be like, so.
Yeah, I
just
turn it on.
Talk.
I can turn it on.
And I'm like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, Zach and I will often listen to music. We have very similar music tastes, and we'll listen to music on the way from the hotel to the set or from the set to the hotel. And once I have music playing, I mean, we all know I'm going to start singing. Yeah. And it's hard to like stay sleepy when you're singing a song.
I'm a morning person. You guys know that about
me.
For
sure. She sleeps like 4 hours, and then she's like, I'm ready for set. And we're like, I need at least 4 more.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't know how you function on so little sleep. It's good, by the way, but it's just...
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
That's a non-diva thing, by the way. Just it's not like I need 10 hours of sleep. That's just
Yeah, I don't.
You need no sleep, which is crazy because it's not like like we're on set and like the lighting's built and we're not going anywhere. You're like on a quad going 8 miles herding cattle. You're baling hay. You're doing all this. You're castrating calves. You're doing all these different things, and then you're like, I can sleep for 4 hours and be fine. And we're like, what?
But what you guys do too with the equipment and things like that with camera gear,
we need mostly
the train that you have to.
Yeah,
track.
Jacqueline.
Oh my
with
God.
the ATV, it was just like we thought we were going to capsize. Typical.
Capsize on a field. Yes,
yeah, well,
pasture.
Sailing. Ahoy, ahoy, ahoy.
Okay, I'm most likely to make the group laugh.
I'm gonna say Zach.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put Zach in that.
I was gonna say the two of you, but you're right. Zach Zach is so funny.
We are funny together, but I think by the way, I have worked with Kirby before you, and I worked with Katie before you, and I worked on FarmHER before you, and I am funny, but I noticed a huge shift. And I'll say this. I've never met a person that has come onto an established team who has done an accent and that it stuck like a virus. So Zach, I do accents all the time, from like the Australian accent to like the good French accent to do this. And Zach came on and did the Spanish accent. And at first I was a little standoffish, but by the end of the day, I'm doing it. Kirby's doing it. Katie's doing it. The FarmHER's doing it. We have farmers doing it. We have the dog is almost doing it on set.
It's just like a way to be. The accent started with my kids. Like,
oh, really?
Like just sitting at night and reading a book or something and kind of like speaking like in a Spanish accent.
Let's tell everybody that's what we do.
And I think what it does when you're on a set for like, let's say the long days, like 15 hours, and you are just so tired and you're looking like you've drank all the Red Bulls, you've eaten all the snacks, you've hydrated, you've done everything that you can, and you're just dead tired. It's 3 p.m. and you still got to go hike up this thing with all your gear. And so I think one of the things that's like really important on set is to like stay positive.
Yeah.
And to have a good attitude and to like, cause it is fun. Like we all enjoy what we're doing. And so sometimes I think the accent is just a way to kind of like break the tension.
And off of that, I want to say it is a way to break the tension. It also makes the farmer and rancher, like they get into it too, but most of them do, I should say, not all of them, but most of them do. And it makes them feel a little more at ease and comfortable. And it's easier to also like keep, like you said, spirits up. But if you have to get on to me and be like, Kirby, you're not doing a good job. If, and I know that's not a personal attack or just things like that. It's easier. It's an easier of a blow to give a critique and an accent like that. And it's like, okay, like you're right.
Because I'm not meaning, it's like an email. You have an exclamation in an email and it seems like it's aggressive. And I'd say more forward than that. In the same way how farmers and ranchers will like have those scratchers for cows to get them comfortable, because a happy cow is happy dairy, or better meat, all those different things. When we are with FarmHERs or their family, if we are personable, I think they're more comfortable. When they're more comfortable, the end product becomes better. So it's not to be selfish in the way that we're doing this so that the show is better, but who wants to be filmed when they're uncomfortable? So when we get to the interview and we're asking questions about a passing of a loved one or a father figure or mom or difficult times, whether it's
almost losing the ranch and farmer, losing it.
And whether it's Megan Shanley or there's a lot of farmers and ranchers that have difficult situations. If we show up with cameras and lights, it can be intimidating.
Totally.
But if we have this kind of communal fun, we're obviously like very close, this group here, but also on set with the FarmHer, and we have this accent, it takes down those walls, and almost like the scratcher with cows in the barn, it makes everybody just more comfortable, and that makes our end product so much better.
Well, and I think that's a main goal of ours too, and we always say that when no matter what any of us are going through, what professionally, personally, anything, we leave all that behind.
Yeah.
Like when we step foot on someone else's property and they're willing to open up their homes, their lives, and share their stories, we all are in agreement. Like we are there to do the best job we can for them and make them feel the most comfortable and enjoy their experience with us, because like we never want to leave a place and they're like, gosh, why did I do that with them?
And I can't imagine doing that, because we all have such a good, it's not us. We have such a good time traveling and having those experiences. It would be so abnormal to leave a set and be like, we didn't put in our all, they didn't like us. Like, it's not like our goal to make them like us, but if we left and they were so, I'd be almost disappointed in us.
Well, there was a time already this season, like we were disappointed in ourselves, remember? Because we
were
all fought
tired
in front of each other. Everyone was tired.
Yeah.
Like you, Katie, Zach and I, we Zach and I stepped back, but it's bickering. But like, we're being honest. Like that's raw. It's real. It happens. Because so we're not always perfect, even though we think and say we are. But no, Zach and I looked at you. I got mad at you. I got mad at Katie, and I snapped to her. I said, "Stop fighting in front of people like this." And you guys, both, you were like,
I'd
wow.
say bickering. But I want to make one more note in that. If this was a larger set with 30, 40 people, there would be the crew that would be having all these little bickering matches, and then the talent and the guests and stuff. But because it's only 4 or 5 of us with one guest, they're going to see those unfiltered things.
Oh, yeah.
And so usually we're not bickering.
We don't ever do that with
but
those.
The 1 or 2 moments to do, they're going to see those moments. And so the fact that we're almost always so positive and so communal, that's fine. But as everyone knows, when they travel with their family, fights do happen.
Oh yeah.
And so people see that.
Okay. What's the funny? Oh wait.
It's upside down. The card's upside down, Kirby. You gotta flip it.
I just learned to read stuff. Who's most likely to hurt themselves?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Don't need
definitely.
What?
Yeah, definitely.
Bruised his head.
No, okay, yeah.
Rib.
He broke a rib. He fell down, but that was on set.
Rib. I got a pretty big bruise on set, but it wasn't even on set. It was in my hotel room.
It was a Holiday Inn in the shower. He slipped. We'd never know how.
Walked into the bathroom. I only had socks on, they're left with that as you will. But I walk into the bathroom, and I mean, that floor, and I busted my hip. I mean, what else? I'm always falling over
and
something.
It's not just falling. It's also like he's clumsy. He runs into things.
Yeah, almost fell off
falling
the
off a boat in the Nellis farm, like running into random objects. He just tipped over a coffee cup 10 minutes ago.
I mean, and that's actually a funny thing, because Jonny and I are like, oh my gosh, Zach, be careful.
Please.
Please.
Trying to shop.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Especially at the 300-year-old farm. I'm like, if you hit the Declaration of Independence, that's all America has.
Tom Cruise, or not Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks. Well, Nicolas Cage is going to come after you.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the name.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, Zach is definitely the most accident prone. I feel like I've fallen off a lot of things, but I think I put myself in the most, on Chloe's, I was up on those rafters in like the sketchy, the thing, or I'll hop on that barrel at Jacqueline or whatever. I'll get into those monkey situations and come out unscathed. Yeah, I definitely a little bit of a spider monkey, but Zach has taken some tumbles. Totally. But I will say, to your credit, I've never met a videographer who gets hurt and then still gets up and films with the same, like he's like, I got it. It's like, you won't be like, ow, my arm.
You push through it, for sure.
It's bull like red, and he's like, I got it.
Yeah,
no
totally.
problem.
Or like, we don't even need to ask about this right now. The group leader, who takes charge when you guys are traveling?
In what capacity? Like in like scheduling? Katie. In like directions? Katie. I don't know. In
restaurants, food, me.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's only like a Casey's or.
Yeah, Casey's.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we ate this.
Or there's only a Dollar General in some of these towns.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's a funny story in itself. Yeah, we've had a couple experiences where there isn't a restaurant to go to, so we go to like a Dollar General and get Lunchables, or a Casey's and get the same banana every single morning, because there's not restaurants sometimes in these. What was your question again?
We're moving on.
Okay. Anyways, this is par for the course.
Yeah. The team cheerleader, the hype man of the group.
Jonny, for sure.
For sure. I feel like with or without a Red Bull, I think I have the energy, and I kind of push us through that finish line.
Yes, the Red Bull. It's the energy of 1,000 squirrels.
Yeah, 1,000 squirrels.
The group therapist.
I would say me.
I think Zach. I love a deep conversation.
Oh, same.
But Zach and I love deep conversations.
Absolutely.
But Zach and I also love cocktails.
Yeah.
after a long day, and you're a foodie too, Zach. You love-
100%.
You know,
Love food.
I also think that, and I don't want to just purely give this credit, but your wife does a lot in the way of like psychology.
Yeah.
And I think that, so even, okay, I've known myself my whole life, right? That's pretty
He's
accurate
cutting
to say.
me out. Do you just see what he did?
So I've known myself my entire life, but I've never been, I don't want to say diagnosed, but had somebody like intrinsically look into why I do things the way I do them as well as you've done it.
Yeah.
I'll do a thing, and Kirby and Katie or Zach, they'll have a moment, but Zach will go, well, this specific thing, do you think it's because of this? And I'm like, whoa, the epiphany. So that's Zach.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Zach.
Perfect. Moving on.
She's like, wrap it up.
No, I just,
Yeah.
we've got so many stories,
many
to,
stories
tell.
to tell.
So little time.
How much time have we started?
Okay. Anyways,
Okay.
Squirrel. What is your favorite thing about working on this show and with this crew?
I mean,
One
it
thing.
sounds cliche, but I mean, I think my favorite thing is the people.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
I think you could work any job, and if you like the people that you work with, it's just fun. So I think there's an aspect of like, yeah, we like the creativity, we like those things. I just really enjoy the people I work with.
Yeah, if you were to change the cameras, change the setting, change the content, but had the same people, I would have a great time. But if you change the people, if you guys weren't there, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
I
for
agree.
sure.
Aw,
Insert
gosh,
sad
guys.
moment.
friends forever. What's it like traveling with me?
It's like so anyway, it's not bad. Honestly, Kirby is always par for the course. Whether, and again, I'm not to disparage you. You're not a muscle woman. You're not like a bodybuilder.
What is that?
Well, so what I'm saying is, like, yeah, you got a bicep there, but she will carry these 100-pound Pelican cases like one of the crew. And so I think there's a moment where I have to put something down and give you a camera, or we need something moved. And Kirby is she's not. This is an anti-diva thing. I'm gonna go back to that thing.
She's a
Mhm.
team.
but
She's a team player.
She
Yeah.
will pick up the thing without asking. We don't have to be like, can you? There are so many times, especially in season 6, where during the interview, Megan Shanley, Stephanie, Stacey C with Hook and Family Wines, where we'll be out in the sun doing an interview, and we have to have Kirby Hollywood a softbox for the sun,
holding it.
and she'll hold it. And these interviews aren't 20 minutes; they're,
They're
an
like an
hour,
hour.
and a half, and she's just holding it over there. And I've done it, and it sucks. But she'll isometrically just hold this thing,
And the wind's
the
blowing.
wind's blowing,
and it's like
and
shaking.
And so, Kirby. What was the question?
What's it like traveling with Kirby?
She's easy to travel with.
yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, guys. Okay, aside from traveling with Kirby, oh wait, that's me. Aside from the nice things you guys just said, do we have any stories about some of the times we've traveled together that you've learned about me?
The deep
Well-
secrets of Kirby.
I mean, what do you want to know?
The
I mean,
lights, the scariness.
yeah, I mean,
that's the easy one. So
she sleeps with the lights on
well,
in Airbnbs. I don't know about her own hotel room, what that looks like. She's deathly afraid of locusts, the cicadas.
Yeah.
well, it's not just cicadas.
chicken.
It's not cicadas.
God.
It's anything flying, any avian species, any bug that's like flying. They're terrifying. And I will say, there was one set we had. It was in Tennessee. It was in Columbia, Tennessee, and there was a cicada outbreak, a 4 and 8 year bloom at once. And we had no
Zach
video.
saw me
There
crumble
were
to the
literally,
ground.
I mean, Kirby and I walked out to the car, and if we would have had a camera rolling, it would have been the greatest episode you've ever seen, because
I
it was
fell
just
to
like
the
one
ground.
would land and it's like, "Wah!" All right, we're good. And then walk again and like another one. "Wah!"
And when none of us captured that weekend, but it was like a global problem that was happening.
They
But
were
again,
everywhere.
Kirby was a great sport on that way. That was a fun experience. So in that Airbnb in Columbia, the lights needed to be on. She's like, I lived in the country. You don't know what it's like. There could be murderers outside. A lot of times we're on these farms, these ranches.
We were
and
on a
it's-
ranch, a few
and
of them.
Haley Sage's ranch
Yeah.
at their hunting lodge, and
No cell service.
I sleep on the couch in this Airbnb or in this hunting lodge because there wasn't enough beds. So I'm
Yeah,
on the couch.
okay.
Well, as we get in there, Kirby's sitting on that couch before we undo our stuff,
Yeah.
and the blinds are open to outside. And she's like,
Dark.
"Johnny, can you close the blinds?" And I'm like, "Kirby,
There's nobody out here.
yeah, nobody's out here." And
Yeah.
Zach's
You
like,
never know.
"The Minnesota murderer." And so I think one of the experiences I've had with Kirby is she's a little bit of a fraidy cat when it comes to like
Flying things in the dark.
flying things and the dark.
Avian species. She doesn't order fries, but she will eat yours.
Yep.
Yeah,
I do that.
she
just
does.
like-
Yeah, she does. Just one or two.
I ate all of that.
One or two for sure.
Every-
I
Yeah.
don't need fries. Like, can I have?
And I love French fries, but I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna eat them all.
Yeah.
but I'll eat Zach's.
Yeah.
Jonny's all of theirs.
Yeah,
Wait, that's actually really funny.
I think a lot of the things we've learned is that although you're scared, you're not going to do the thing.
You have commended me for that, both of you, obviously, and not to like talk about me and that, but I've obviously worked with other hosts and people on air, and I do attribute to being raised in this industry, like agriculture, livestock, all those things. Though you guys need me to do something or get in there, even if I'm afraid or I'm like, oh, I don't know. I mean, pulling a calf. I mean, preg checking. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, one, I want to make sure I do it properly in the right way, so it's not just like showcased and doing a disservice to our industry. But two, I will. If you guys ask me to do something, I'm gonna do it,
and
or at least try.
That's what makes it good, because whether you're scared or not scared, and you just don't want to do it, you actually doing it, if we're asking you to do it, makes the show. All the best moments, I think, aren't because wow, that cauliflower was the biggest one the yield this year, or wow, the weather is great on this, whatever. It's that you did a thing that was uncomfortable that some people wouldn't have done. That's what makes TV so interesting.
Yeah,
and she does it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Actually, let's talk specifically about the preg check, because there was this moment with Mariah Hunter, in that I think that was in Tennessee, but
Kentucky.
Oh, it was Kentucky, and Mariah was preg checking in the head gate, and that was it. And then somebody referenced Zach was like, "You we
need to get a shot of Kirby doing this," and Kirby was like, face like,
do I really
need it? I'm like, we need it.
We need it. And Kirby was like, okay. And we had I edited that episode. There was like a 4-minute segment that was just you putting it on, lubing it up. You had to take your ring off. There were so many, it's just funny moments.
Now jewelry.
And so you were just game to do it. And that's good stuff.
Good. What's my worst habit on the road?
Ooh. Worst habit on the road.
You don't drive with Kirby.
Not all, a few times.
I drive with her on every RanchHER set while you're with John. I would, oh man. I was going to say, so
I don't know if
it's not a bad habit.
I have one. There was a set, I would say 2 sets. She was obsessed with this little meme thing. Me more cowboy than you. And she would sing this thing over and over. It's like Jonny and I'd be setting up, and you just in the background, and you'd hear me. You're like, no, I can't hear this again.
Yeah, I mean, we start at 4 a.m. sometimes. So
yeah, you really are a good sport. I don't think there's like a.
No, it's my driving of leaving, not letting people follow me. That's a bad habit I have.
Yeah,
we actually sometimes we don't have GPS, so I forget. Like
that's tough.
Yeah.
But that's not traveling. That's traveling behind you. That one is.
Yeah, so that's a bad habit.
Well,
I guess not ordering my own French fries.
Yesterday we were driving to a set that's like a block away, and John was in front of Zach and I, and he did what you did, and I said he pulled a Kirby.
Yeah,
literally pulled. I said he's pulling a Kirby. He left us behind.
Yeah. He pulled a Kirby. That's great. How hard was it to get me to face all the poultry?
So I kind of the piggyback on what we just talked about. Yeah. It's not necessarily hard to convince you. It's just like a little. It's not like pushing you off a cliff. It's just like convincing you to jump.
No, I feel like part of it's like a tad bit of a therapy session of like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. You can do this.
And sometimes we'll give you a weapon like a little defense, like the cardboard cutout for like trying to shoot away the birds. I don't think it's difficult. It would be much harder to convince me to face my fear than it has been for you.
Sharks.
Yeah, I won't touch a shark. No, I won't touch that. I won't do
that. Okay, we're gonna get into a little more, and like obviously we've been telling stories, but what is the funniest thing that's happened to us like while we've been on the road?
You want to go first?
Man, there's so
many.
So after the fact, the funniest thing I think I have experienced, and I put it in the BTS, was when you and Katie got stuck on Kate Hitchcock's farm in the mud. So it had just rained. We were going to this like historic thing where Kate's grandpa was on this mural on a side of a barn. And as we're leaving, Kate, the FarmHER, was in like a 4-wheel drive truck, and then there's Kirby and Katie in a 2-wheel drive Chevy, and then Zach and I were in a 4-wheel drive SUV. So we're behind Katie and Kirby, and all of a sudden they start drifting off the crown of this road into the crop, and they can't catch us, so they stop. Zach gets out and then gets in the car. You want to pick it up from the spot?
Yeah, so they're stuck. We're already on these back roads.
And I hightail it. I get out. I go get in the car.
So I was like, look, I'll give it a go. I'll try to get the car out. So I'm doing it like drive, reverse, going back and forth. And at some point, I don't know at which point it happened, but in the drive and reverse, the car had sunk so far down in the mud that the door had gotten caught in the mud. So I'm like reverse, I'm getting some traction and I'm not looking at the door, and I finally reverse, get it out. And when I look back, the door is basically the other way.
Hyperextended. It just like tweaked it out.
I was
It's like the other way, no point of return.
And so we ended up getting the car out, but then we had to like call Avis, do that stuff. But it was just so funny that after, I mean, gosh, we've probably been on 50 different farms, maybe 60 different farms. We haven't had that problem happen.
Mm-mm.
And so me, Zach and I just watching this all unfold. It was so funny.
Wait, what about when our first shoot, when we started in New Mexico, and even the RanchHER, I'm not going to give away names, so because it's airing it's airing this season. But she didn't even want to get on her young horse, and she goes, Kirby, you can get on it. And she goes, I can't believe that you got on that. I don't even like to ride him.
Yeah, they prefaced it by saying like it's a little wily, and then you got on it and it almost bucked you off, but you like rode that.
I looked over at Zach at the
terror.
We're filming. It's great TV, but we're watching like, oh please don't.
I just grabbed the saddle horn. I looked over at Zach. I said, here we go.
Yeah. It's the new year.
Should have started. Should have started singing "Me More."
Cowboy than you. You're like, that was fun.
That was crazy. Do we have a favorite moment from shooting last season and then this upcoming season?
I answered last time, so I'll let you go for the funny story.
I think my favorite moments, I don't know, speaking for you guys, I think it's usually, I have tons of favorite moments on set, but I think it's usually late at night when we finally get some time to ourselves at an Airbnb, having a drink, sitting around. Like, we've just worked 15-hour days, and we're like, let's just go hang out by the fire for 3 hours and have a drink and smoke cigars and like do that thing. I think
get therapy. Find out if I actually have autism.
those are my favorite moments.
Yeah. And we're not always at Airbnbs. Sometimes that's just the only option.
But we enjoy it because there's something about, like, I'll DIT the footage in a hotel room, but there's something really communal about being able to debrief about the shoot in a shared space, whether that's like the house we had in Cape Cod or in Columbia.
Or watch Cool Runnings together.
Cool Runnings, we watched that. Yeah, we watched all of that.
Feel the rhythm.
Feel the rhyme. Get up, it's bobsled time. What was that show you had us?
Oh my gosh, the judge,
jury duty.
We were up all night just watching this so intently.
I was like, you guys gotta watch it. It's like it's right up your guys' alley.
So funny.
Great show.
So funny. Has there been a farm or ranch that I actually, this is hard because I know there's a lot of them that do it to a lot of us that we've left and we're like, man,
what?
Dang, that's like hit us hard. Like you've like thought about it after, like either the person or the place. Or
definitely.
I think Megan
Shanley was what I was going to say.
Definitely one. That property was just gorgeous.
Describe
her dad had just
the avocados. The emotional kind of story that she was going through with her parents, and then
the property.
I had never seen finger limes before.
Yeah, me neither.
So
New
to
crop.
like break those open and you kind of see like these little caviar bits that are coming out of the fruit. Like that was cool. And then going down to like Morro Bay. That was, I left that place. Yeah. You left that place and just was like, oh my gosh, like I could live here.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think what makes an episode really shine is three things. It's the location, it's the person, and the story. And so if one of those three things is lacking, that's totally fine. If all three of those things are lacking, we're not going to go to that shoot. But for Megan, she was phenomenal on camera. The setting itself was really interesting. The undulation from land between having those high-rise finger limes to that valley where the avocados were, and then Morro Bay being only a mile or two away. That location was really interesting. And then also her story was also so touching. Mom of all these boys that were going to grow up into this avocado and finger lime property. Her dad had just passed away. Huge part of her story was just telling his perspective as being that dad on that farm. So I think that's an easy winner. Okay,
what then this season? What about any or
a touching? Well, Alda,
RanchHER,
Alda
was an
unsuspecting,
very unsuspecting.
She was witty,
and you slowly throughout the day were like,
super witty.
Yeah,
I think although it was insanely cold, I did love New Mexico.
Oh, I loved
New
Mexico. I love that landscape, that kind of desert feel. We had those green chili burgers that were like
salsa peas.
Oh my gosh. They were fantastic.
Yeah, I think that the weather for New Mexico and Arizona, Texas was like brutal. I think that just like Sherry and Lynn, their story, their land, and that location was just, it's hard to beat.
Yeah,
some of these places are hard. Again, like we've been in places where we've been filming and you have to like make it, you have to like frame it so that it looks good. But some of these sets, some of these
you can
locations,
just point your camera
and it's done. It's just done. What I'll say is that some of the funniest and most heartwarming moments you'll find in that all-day episode.
100%.
The funny stuff is at Kirby's expense, but the heartwarming things are coming from
just her story.
It's it's hard to beat.
Yeah, and again, each of the people that we get to step foot on their property, we say this time and time again, and like get to meet. Everyone is so different, and all their stories are different, and that's what makes it even more fun for us to do this job. But we don't like when people. I always get asked this question when I'm on podcasts or doing TV interviews about the TV show, and they're like, "Do you have a favorite FarmHer and RanchHER?" And I was like, "I don't." I mean, there's ones that hit different in different ways, but I'm like, it's all been so different.
If you were to put them in a vacuum and say just a blank room and say each one of these people individually based on their personality or their story or what, those are all they're so complicated. And then you also have the crop, what it means, the history behind it. Those are all, they're just so infinitely complicated. So I think that's a hard question.
Yeah, I think it is too, because again, we do a good job like scouting and sourcing the peeps.
Oh, I don't do that. That's
they don't. I was like, I like that they're giving themselves credit for that. That's Katie and myself.
Thank you, Katie.
Yeah. Okay. Has there been any scary, dangerous moments?
Zach almost fell off the boat.
I almost fell off a boat
for this season.
I almost got hit by a yak years and years ago, like by inches. I almost got like.
I wouldn't say it's dangerous. It was just annoying on Haley, who's a rancher. She'll come up this season. The very beginning of the day, it's early in the morning. It's probably like 5 a.m. It is so cold outside.
Time out. Why he says it's annoying, this is his own fault.
It is. So it's cold out. Everybody is like, geared out, cold under
Armour.
Yeah, just got
Thermals,
all the gear
hats,
on.
Warm
wool socks, all that stuff.
Hand warmers.
And so Haley's describing, I'm asking her questions. Okay, so how is this going to go? So you're going to break, they have these troughs, so they have to break the ice so the horses and cattle can feed. And I'm like, okay, well, show me where they're going to go so we can kind of plan out some shots here. And as she's talking like a moron, they have one like ice thing. And I'm like, well, I should just put my foot on that and, rest it as she's talking. And as I put my foot on it, I mean, the layer of ice was, I just stuck my whole foot in this freezing cold water, and we were already out, and I'm like, well, we can't go back now. So the rest of the day, it was like,
I look at him and I say, why did you do that?
I'm like, I don't know.
That was tough. What was the question?
Oh my gosh. Did you all see
the most
that?
dangerous thing.
Most dangerous thing. Yeah, I don't know if that's dangerous. I definitely think that was stupid.
Yeah.
That was definitely stupid.
Yeah, we have to keep safe. For the
I had feed dropped on me on Jacqueline's episode of a rancher in oh my gosh, Casey, Nebraska.
Sandhills in Nebraska.
Yeah, they had feed dropped on me. We almost got cattle prodded.
Oh yeah, at Victoria.
That we almost got cattle prodded, and then Zach almost fell off the boat. But I feel like for the most part, considering these farms and ranches have just about a million ways you could do something wrong and end up in a hospital, we do a pretty good job being safe, I think, for the most part.
We do. Okay, well, we are almost out of time. I know it's a sad day we could talk all day.
I could talk all day.
Jonny could talk all day. Really, then let's just get into it. Is there anything, like any stories that stick out that you like are like, oh, I wonder if like people who are avid Dirt Diary listeners, followers, or FarmHer ranchers like would want to know?
The diction is what? It's interesting stories or
anything.
I think I would want people to know like the correlation that I have made from being on this show for 2 years now is, one, you see farmers and ranchers work insanely hard. But I also, not to like toot our own horns or anything, I think that like, I don't think people realize how much work goes into a show like this. Like there's so many things that you are like, once you see the finished product, you're like, oh man, that looks fun or that was interesting. But I mean, like we're totally invested. I mean, this is 6, 7, 8, 9 months of our life, working on that show. So I can relate with a lot of the farmers and ranchers in that aspect of going like, I understand like the hard work, like to make a good show, it really does take people working well together, having the kind of dynamic that we have. And then just like the commitment to go out there and like, let's make it. And it's also the commitment, like we're all dedicating 9 to 10 months of our life to make this show.
Yeah.
And
And
so
on
there's
top of
so
that,
much that goes into it.
like we kind of preface it to the farmers and ranchers too. Like we just say a blanket, like 12 hours, say if one day we're with you 12 hours for 2 days, right? 12 hours and 12 hours. Think about it. It's a 24-minute show. We only take 12 minutes of each of those days. That is not enough time to really tell somebody's story, to really, expose what the industry, needs in a positive light, obviously. And really get into the nitty gritty. And we try to do that the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the flip side, we come back and you guys turn the show around to be aired so quickly.
Yeah.
When I'm just going to say like that is unrealistic, but we make it happen because we obviously care about this industry. We care about the people and we care about the end product. So kudos to you and our team.
Yeah.
But like that isn't normal. That's not how regular TV and everybody else's shows
To piggyback
work.
on what you're saying, 24 hours for 24 minutes of an episode, that's roughly shakes down to about every hour is 1 minute of showtime. It's crazy. 1 hour for 1 minute. That's a 60th. And so to really get into the weeds of that, it was shocking to me. Recently, we had a shoot that was more isolated, kind of like this, and there wasn't cattle, there wasn't heat, there wasn't snow, there wasn't falling on ice and stuff that were to hold us back. There weren't flights, there wasn't rental cars, there wasn't staying in hunting lodges. That really goes into the difficulty on set, but also when it comes back into post, sometimes I sit back and I look at how much hard work a FarmHER or RanchHER does physically, mentally, emotionally physically on their property, on their land. And then I look and see our hard work that you obviously with the questions and your prowess as a host, like your experience and knowledge of the industry. If you're on your A game, they're on their A game. If we're on our A game, they're on their, and then all of a sudden all those pieces come together. And then yes, the turnaround time is crazy how we edit the show as a couple people to make a really, really phenomenal product. But when all those pieces come together, it is just actually to quote one of the FarmHERs on this season, it is it's something notes, it's bourbon, it's I'm forgetting. I forgot the quote. Something you say blending together, some magical notes blending together. Basically, it's all these different compartments. If they're on their A game, but we're not, you'll see that. And if you're on your A game, you'll see that. But luckily, we have all these parts. It's a difficult industry, and it's a difficult job for us to do all these 12, 15-hour days on set. But when we get it all done with an A team, it looks good.
It's a great product. Okay, a few more things. One, there is a bourbon episode this season that's fascinating. It's actually kicking off this season, so I don't want to get into it.
Episode 1.
Yeah, they're awesome farmers. Great story. But it's no secret. I like to have a drink, every now and then, but no. And I got to taste bourbon. Well, that's a stout drink. And like tasting towards the end, I look at the guys at one point and I say,
it was a tasting. It was
during the tasting,
5 or 6 different.
And they brought heavy pours, and I was like,
more than that?
it was way more than that.
Yeah, it was like 12 bottles.
Yeah. And I was
6,
like,
7.
well, yeah. And I looked at them at one point and go, are we almost done with today? Because I am I'm drunk.
You have to be on your A
and
game.
I was like, I have to be able to put a sentence together
and be funny
and like engage and so I was like, thank you so much for inviting us to your farm.
Yeah, you hit it well. You hit it well.
Yeah, but I'm like, but then obviously we enjoyed bourbon with them after. And Zach is an avid, he appreciates really nice bourbon. And I don't think Zach knew his name when we were done, when we left that place. That was hilarious.
No, I think
that's
probably that's like not par for the course for me.
No.
That was the first time I think I left that set because I love bourbon. So she's showing me
the nicest
Uncle Bogue and all of the the stuff that they've spent years making. And I just wanted to try it all. And I remember leaving that set just being like, I am sauced.
Give me the keys. Went to dinner that night. You were sauced. We were laughing.
Okay, so wait. If
hard.
a drink could describe the three of us sitting here, or what would our drink
should we describe the other person's drink? Like we'll describe Zach's drink. You guys will describe my drink. We'll describe.
Well, I think he's just a nice, neat bourbon on ice.
A neat bourbon or on the rocks. Johnny is like a tequila sunrise with a flower in it.
With a flower and maybe some whipped cream on top.
Totally.
If it's got that blue stuff and you could squirt that in there or something, he'd love it.
He loves blue
colorful
drinks.
If it looks like one of those
alcohol with ice cream in it.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie introduced me to Bushwhackers. Yeah. I'm like, who has them? Somebody, please. I love flavored drinks.
What would mine be? It depends the setting, because I can have a Bush Light. Have a nice
Kirby likes
wine.
American beer, and it was so shocking to me that you have these Michelobs and Bush, and I'm like, really? But you know what?
I love also a craft beer.
But I think the drink you've ordered the most is probably a Moscow.
Yeah.
Or a Spritz.
Yeah.
When we were, she loved
an Aperol Spritz.
Aperol Spritz. Yesterday I looked that up. Somebody was like, "What's an Aperol Spritz?" Kirby likes this. Blah, blah, blah. Aperol and Spritz, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have 2 questions left, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to start, and I want each of you to answer this. First question is, tell me how much you love me. No, I'm just kidding. No, the first one is, you grew up semi around like ranching, agriculture, all that. Yeah. So, and then you grew up around hunting and stuff though in Louisiana. So a little different, but coming into this industry the way you have and being really exposed to it, what would you want people to know about this industry and the people in it?
You're right. I did grow up. I had llamas and goats and sheep and koi fish and piranhas and dogs and cats, all those things.
Not about you.
But yes, that's true. It's not right now. But yes, with all that, I had knowledge of, giving or helping give birth to animals and all these different things. But it is so difficult, even for me having that experience on land as a kid. It's almost indescribable to go from that to a ranch where like you're having death on set. That morning, we had a morning on set where we had a death of a calf. And there are so many things that happen, whether it's weather changes or I don't want to get emotional, but like there are really tough situations that are happening with these farmers and ranchers, whether it's fiscally or politically, that make their lives very difficult. And it's like one of the most difficult industries to do, and they're doing it selflessly. It's not like this is the most lucrative job in the world. It can be to some people, but oftentimes it's because that's what they grew up doing and they love it. And so that's like it is the most selfless industry. And I'm so impressed by all that.
Yeah.
I would say, I think going into it, because I grew up in Louisiana. My dad was a hunting guide and we grew up hunting and fishing and stuff like that. But I think it's just a different lifestyle than farming or ranching. And I think even myself, like going into it, you have all these misconceptions about the industry. But the thing that I have seen is, man, I have not been to a farm or a ranch on set where those people don't care more about those animals than they do like themselves. I mean, I don't remember what set it was, but they had talked about, he's like, yeah, if power goes out, the generator goes and it powers the animals for the water and the feed first. Like we wouldn't even have power in our own home.
It might have been Lynn and Cher. I
think it was.
So
I think a lot of people
come first.
I think a lot of people have like misconceptions about the industry. Like, oh, the animals are treated so poorly, or it's like, you're like, no, dude. When you go out there and you see how much effort and work these people are putting in for these animals, like you almost really have to go out there and see it for yourself.
You do.
And it changes your perspective.
And meet the people, because even with one of the ranchers this season, there was a specific cow. I think it was a female, and it's almost like a personal experience, a personal relationship. Alex,
yeah. It's her favorite one.
Yeah, I forget the name of the cow specifically, but like you could tell she loves that cow like it's her sister.
Literally,
And it's not like they're just meat for the slaughter or anything. They're literally part of these people's lives, and they care so deeply about them.
Yeah. And I think even not to just single out like obviously live animal stuff, but like the farmers that we visited, I mean, they're struggling. I mean, tractors are expensive, like equipment's expensive.
It breaks it down.
Like there's so many things that they face in adversity that they have to just deal with, but they are literally just trying to feed other families.
Totally.
And not making that much money for their families.
Yeah.
I'm like, they care more sometimes about other people's families, which I shouldn't say sometimes, all the time. They want everyone to eat while hoping that they get paid that once or twice a year so they can eat.
Without them, there's no us.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Totally.
Okay. So the last thing is what we like to say on Dirt Diaries. And who knows, we might have a second thing of us where you guys really let loose and
comment if you want us back.
Yeah,
they will.
Swipe up, swipe left. Yeah. And we could really dive into some stories. But what I want to say on this is, or to end it, is a diary, right? So it's Dirt Diaries. So if you had a diary, you're writing a note in.
He has a diary. I've read
it. In your journal, if you were writing a note to our team and just about this journey that we go on together, what would you say?
Yeah, I might cry. I think what I would probably say from you two, and then also Katie and John, is that like, traveling is difficult, and we go through situations where we talk about tough situations that we're having personally that we bring on set. We want advice, because again, you guys know me almost, if not better than some of my family members, and you can't take that for granted. I think of a thing I would want to highlight, or I'd want to write down and really commemorate, is how invaluable this team really is. And when there's a difficult day, Zach picks up the slack. And when I'm down in the dumps, Kirby comes to my side. And when I have a really tough question, Katie's always going to be there. And you you can't find that everywhere. And I am so absolutely grateful to call you guys my friends and ultimately my family.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could piggyback off of that, but I think I would also say there is something about doing work that you love to do with people that you genuinely care about. Mm-hmm. And I think that it goes such a long way. And I think that it's why I'm willing to go and put my own comforts aside, or I'm willing to go and step outside of my comfort zone to try something new for the sake of the team. And I think that's what I love about this team. It's not just like, hey, we're out there, let's go get the show done, let's get it filmed. I mean, even after the show's done, we're still texting, funny things and staying in touch with people and stuff like that. So I think it's been just a really valuable lesson in doing good work, but also working on like the relational aspect of it. And I think all of us have like tried really, really hard to like get to know one another and to like make that work of like, we're not alike. None of us are alike. We all have completely opposite, different personalities, but it works. And I think that's a testament to all of us. Like we've created this cohesion. And I think now it's like, if let's say 3 of us are on a set and another one's not, like that person's home going like, man, that sucks. Like I wish I could be.
We just missed you in Europe. There was a day that went by where I was like, I wish Zach was here.
Yeah, we're like, we missed that. Well,
how about you?
I would say, Dear Diary.
Oh, we didn't say that. Dear Notebook. I like that we started.
Dear Diary, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share the amazing stories of women across the world about an industry that is so vital and necessary. And at the end of the day, I am even more thankful for the team that has been given to me, in a sense, that I get to be a part of and travel around the world to have these life experiences that literally I would go to battle for each of you personally and professionally. And I would not want to have these experiences with anybody else or go to these places or share these stories with anybody else, because you guys are just amazing.
Ditto.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. I share the sentiments.
Same.
They almost got me to cry.
That would have been great.
I was close. I had a couple tears there.
All right, you guys, this is Zach and Jonny. This is the team.
Bye.
They're usually really funny, but
what? We're usually very funny. We are hilarious.
They are funny.
Next time we'll cut loose. You'll be laughing so hard you'll change it.
That's it for today's episode of Dirt Diaries, where the women of ag leave no story untold. If you loved what you heard, be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with someone else. Until next time, keep showing up, speaking out, and getting your hands dirty.